This is Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics 0580/22 October-November 2020 Paper 2 Extended Part 2. In Part 1, we solved questions from 1 to 11. Now in this video, we will continue with the question 12. Alex and Chris share sweets in the ratio. So what is the given ratio? Alex and Chris are 7:3 ratio. Alex receives 20 more sweets than Chris. Work out the number of sweets Chris receives. Let's see how to do. So what they given? They given Alex and Chris, the ratio is 7:3. So here, let us consider Alex as 7k and Chris as 3k. So what the sentence says that Alex receives, so Alex receives 20 more is nothing but plus, more sweets than Chris. So the given statement we convert into a equation. Here the c, send it to left hand side, become minus c. So then a minus c, that is equal to 20. What we consider Alex as 7k and Chris as 3k. Isn't it? So let's take here Alex as 7k minus Chris as 3k. 7k minus 3k, which gives 4k, that is equal to 20. If 4k is 20, then k value is 5. So how much we have to multiply here? The k value is 5, that's why you have to multiply by 5 for Alex and Chris. So Alex is taken 35 sweets and Chris is taken 15 sweets. The given question is work out the number of sweets Chris receives. So how much Chris receives? 15 sweets. So the answer is 15. Let's go to the next question. The length of one side of rectangle is 12 centimeters. So that means they are given a rectangle. So this is the rectangle. One side length is 12 centimeters. And let's take here 12 centimeters. The length of the diagonal. So here they given a diagonal. This is 13 centimeters. We need to find the area of the rectangle. We know only one side length. So what is the area of the rectangle formula? Length times width, isn't it? We know only length and we don't know this width. So in rectangle, all angles are 90 degrees. So that means we formed a right angle triangle here. So using Pythagorean theorem, first find out the width. Then we can find the area. What is the Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse square equal to sum of the two sides square, which is what we have. We have 12 square plus width square. So here hypotenuse means 13. So instead of hypotenuse square, we can write directly this as a 13 square. So now this 12 square, send it to left hand side, it will become minus 12 square. So 13 square minus 12 square, that is equal to our width square. If you know 13 square and 12 square values, you can write directly as a 13 square is 169 and 12 square is 144. If you subtract here, we are going to get 25. That is our width square. 25 is a width square, then width is 5. Here we are getting plus or minus 5, but negative we cannot take, because if we take negative, we cannot form a triangle. That's why we should take only positive 5. If you know the 13 power 2 and 12 power 2 values, we can do directly like this. If you don't know the value of 13 power 2 and 12 power 2, we can use formula here. So that is a power 2 minus b power 2. The formula is a plus b times a minus b. So instead of 13 power 2 minus 12 power 2, we can write this as 13 plus 12 times 13 minus 12. 13 minus 12, which gives only 1. Then 13 plus 12, which gives 25. So that is our width power 2. Then width is going to be plus 5. So finally we got the width, which is 5. And we know the length, that is 12. So our area formula is length times width, that is 12 times 5, which is 60 centimeters square. So let's go to the next one. Work out 3 times 10 raised to the power of 199 plus 2 times 10 raised to the power of 201. You have to give your answer in standard form. So what is the standard form? Standard form, a times 10 raised to the power of n, and a should be lie in between 1 to 10. So let's see how to convert this into standard form. So what they given? They given 3 times 10 raised to the power of 199. This 199, it is power only for the 10, not for 3. 2 times 10 raised to the power of 201. 201 also we can write in terms of a 199, isn't it? 199 plus 2, which gives 201. So instead of 201, we can write here 199 plus 2. Now it is in the form of a power m plus n. We can write this as a power m times a power n. Why? Because when bases are same, we can add the exponents. So we have to use this property here. So instead of 10 raised to the power of 199 plus 2, we can write this as a 10 raised to the power of 199 times 10 raised to the power of 2. Now observe here, in the first term also we have a 10 raised to the power of 199. And here also we have a 10 raised to the power of 109. Both sides we have the same term. So let's take it common. 10 raised to the power of 199. So in the first term, what we left? We left only 3. In the second term, what we left? 2 times 10 raised to the power of 2. 10 raised to the power of 2 is nothing but 100, isn't it? So 2 times 100, which gives 200. 200 plus 3, which gives 203. So finally we got 203 times 10 raised to the power of 199. But see, it is in the form of a times 10 raised to the power of something, but a should be in between 1 to 10, but here we don't have in between 1 and 10. It is more than 10. So that's why we have to convert this 203 into in between 1 to 10. So that's why we have to do multiply and divided by 100. 203 divided by 100, which gives 2.03, and this 2.03 it lies in between 1 to 10. So it satisfied this condition, and you have to write remaining part. 100 is nothing but 10 raised to the power of 2. So bases are same, we can add the exponents. So we can write this as a 199 plus 2, which gives 201. So finally the answer is 2.03 times 10 raised to the power 201. So we convert into a standard form. Let's go to the next question. Calculate the area of this sector of a circle. So what they given a radius, so which is 7.5 centimeters, and also they given angle, which is 60 degrees. Now just you have to recall the formula for the area of the sector. What is the area of the sector formula? Theta divided by 360 times pi r square. Given angle is 60 degrees, just write 60 divided by 360. 61 are 66 are, so that means 60 divided by 360, we can directly write this as a 1 over 6 times pi is nothing but 22 over 7, and also what they given radius is 7.5. This 22 over 7, 1 over 6 are in fraction forms, but in radius they given as a decimal form. First is decimal form, let's convert in terms of a fraction form to make it the calculation easier. That's why we are converting the decimal to fraction. So 7.5 is nothing but 15 divided by 2, isn't it? Instead of 7.5 we can write this as a 15 divided by 2, and here we have a r power 2. That means you have to write 15 over 2 2 times. So 2 1s are 2 11s are 3 2s are 3 5s are. So what we left 50 times 5, which is 75. So 75 times 11 divided by 2 2s are 4, 4 7s are 28. So using calculator we can find this answer. The answer is 29.464. So this one we can write it as a 29.5. This is the area of the sector of a circle.